The HCF of 65 and 117 is expressible in the form of 65m minus 117. Find the value of m, which is here, and you have to find the LCM of 65 and 117 using prime factorization method. So only prime factorization method is now there. So you have to use prime factorization for this, finding out the LCM of these two. That is, first what you need to do, you have to find out the HCF of 65 and 117. So the given concept is HCF of these two is 65m minus 117. 65 can be written as 13 into 5, 117 can be written as 13 into 9 or 13 into 3 into 3. So the HCF of these two numbers will be 13. HCF of 65 and 117 is 13. And what is given? There we are substituting. This is given. So equation 1 will become 13 is equal to 65m minus 117. Now find out what is m is equal to. Now this will give you 130. So that m is equal to, how much you are getting? Sorry, m is equal to 130 by 65, which is 2. Right? So you got m, the value of m as 2. Now the second question is also there, that is you have to find out the LCM of 65 and 117 using prime factorization method. For prime factorization, that means you have to write like this. 65 is 13 into 5 and 117 is equal to 13 into 3 into 3. So how can you find out the LCM? LCM of 65 and 117 will be the numbers which are occurring in both the things, that will be taken once and remaining all. So you will get 13 into 5 into 3 into 3. 13 into 5, 13 into 5 and this one 9, okay, 45. 13 into 45 you find out and tell how much you are getting. 585. Suppose on contrary that root 2 is a rational number. That means you can write root 2 as a fraction or as a quotient of two integers, that is in this form a and b are integers, b not equal to 0 and a and b are co-primes. So this is very important to write because this will only give you the contradiction. Okay. So root 2 is equal to a by b you have written. Squaring you will get 2 is equal to a square by b square, or cross multiplying you will get a square can be written as 2 into b square. Now what is the meaning of this? A square is equal to 2 into b square means a square, and you can say 2 divides a square. Now you have a theorem that if 2 divides a square, 2 will divide a also, right? So 2 divides, from this you can get 2 divides a square, and that implies 2 divides a. Now if 2 divides a will be a multiple of 2. This be your equation number 1. Now 2 divides a means what? A can be written as a multiple of 2. So you can write 2 into some other number c. Okay, already you have used a, b, so we are using c. Now this a equal to 2c will be substituted in the first equation. Therefore equation 1 becomes, you will get a square, instead of a square you can write 2c the whole square is equal to 2 into b square, right? Now this is giving you 4c square is equal to 2b square, or 2c square is equal to b square, right? Now here again see, you have got like this. You can just say that b square is divided by 2, or 2 divides b square also. From this concept we can say that 2 divides b square, and that will give you 2 divides b by the theorem. Okay, so here you have got 2 divides a, here you got 2 divides b, and we have taken a and b as such integers which are co-primes. That means they don't have anything in common. But now what happened? This statement and this statement shows that they have a common number, which is 2, which is a contradiction to the fact which we have taken. Okay. So 2 divides a and 2 divides b means 2 is a common factor of both A and B, right? 2 is a common factor, which is a contradiction. This gave you a contradiction. Why it is a contradiction? Because we have already taken that A and B are co-primes, so they should not have anything in common. That's why it is a contradiction to the fact that A and B are co-primes. And this contradiction arose due to a wrong assumption that, okay, this contradiction arose due to our wrong assumption or supposition that root 2 is what we have supposed is rational. That is the wrong thing, okay, is rational. So what is the thing which we need to change? Our concept, that is, therefore root 2 is an irrational number. This is the way you have to write. That means all the points should come here, okay. Question: determine the AP whose 5th term is 19 and the difference of 8th term difference of 8th term from the 15th term is 20. From the 15th term, from the 13th term means 13th term minus 8th term will give you 20. So one equation you will get that, and the other one will be the 5th term is equal to 19. You have to solve them and find out what is A and D, and then you will get what is AP. 5th term means it is A5, and A5 is written as A plus AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. So A5 will be A plus 5 minus 1 into D, which is A plus 4D, and that is given to be 19. And the second thing which is given is A13 minus A8 is equal to 20. So A13 means it is A plus 12D minus of. So both the terms will be negative here, okay. A8 will be A plus 7D. So we will get A minus A minus 7D is equal to 20. These two are given. So from here A will be going means you will get the value of what is D, and that can be substituted here so that you can get what is A. Okay, so 12 minus this will give you 5D is equal to 20, which is giving you D as 4. Now when D is 4, substitute in this one to get A, which is 19 minus 4D, or 19 minus 4 into 4. So A is 3. Therefore, you have got the first term and D. So find out what is the AP. Now how will you write the AP? AP is A plus D, A plus 2D, right? I am just writing for you. A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, like that it will go. So A is 3, A plus D will give you 3 plus 4, 7. Then you can just add the common difference for getting the next term. 7 means this is the second term. Third term means 7 plus 4, then plus 4, like that you will get. Minimum 3 terms you write, okay, when AP is asked, you write just minimum 3. Find the point on y-axis which is equidistant from the point 6, 5 and minus 4, 3. So on the y-axis, any point on the y-axis is of the form, yes, any point on the y-axis is of the form 0, y. That means in order to get the point, you need to find out what is y, and then you have to represent it as 0, that value of y. Okay, that will give you the point. Now what is the concept given? It is equidistant from these 2 points. So let A be, this be P, let A be 6, 5, B minus 4, 3 and P be 0, y. Okay. Is given AP is equal to BP. It is, this point is equidistant from these 2 points, means AP is equal to BP, or PA is equal to PB. Now here itself you can just square the thing, because we know that the distance formula is having root of. In order to delete that, either you can start from here itself, that is AP square is equal to BP square, or else first write that root of and in the next step you just square both sides. Okay, so this is root of AP is what? This one. So you'll get 6 minus, any way you can do, okay, 6 minus 0 the whole square or 0 minus 6 the whole square will give you the same thing. 6 minus 0 the whole square plus 5 minus y the whole square is equal to root of, again this will give you minus 4 minus 0 the whole square plus 3 minus y the whole square. Now I am just squaring both sides, so that this will give you 6 square plus 5 minus y the whole square is equal to minus 4 the whole square plus 3 minus y the whole square. Expanding, you'll get 36 plus 25 minus 10y plus y square is equal to 16 plus 9 minus 6y plus y square. So y square gets cancelled. So you will get only y term and constant. That will give you your answer for what is y. So we'll go there, and this will give you minus 10 will become plus 10, and this is minus 6. So this is 4y. Here you have 36 plus 25. Here again this is 25. You cancel this too. Okay. So you are getting 36 equal to 4y, or y is equal to 36 by 4, which is 9. So this is y, and you have to at last write, therefore the point is, which is equidistant from the given 2 points, is 0, 9. ABC is a triangle. A circle touches sides AB and AC produced, and side BC at x, y, z respectively. Show that AX is equal to half of perimeter of triangle ABC. So this will be the figure which you have to draw. Now we will just start with what is perimeter of ABC. Okay, from perimeter of ABC we are starting, and it will be AB plus BC plus AC or CA. Now again, here what we have to get is AX, right? So we have to just split the things in such a manner that we can replace it and get that value of, or get AX instead of these things. Then only we can equate them, okay, or we can get this result. So first what we are doing is, we are just writing AB as such, and look for, or else you can just use BC as BZ plus ZC, right? Right? That is okay. Now AC is also written as such. Now what we are doing is, we can apply the property which you have studied. What is that property for tangents you have studied? The length of the tangents from the outside of a circle will be of equal length, will be equal. So you will get BX will be same as, B is an outside point outside this circle, so that it is giving you two tangents to the circle, that is BX and BZ at x and z respectively. So you can replace BZ with BX, right? So AB is here, BX, BZ is replaced with BX. Now what about ZC, ZC? Again, C is a point outside this circle, so that ZC will be same as CY. So that can be written as CY, and this is your AC. Right, this much is clear. Now next thing which you can do is just see what is AB plus BX. This is AB, this is BX. So here you will get AX, right? AB plus BX will be giving you AX. Now again, CY is this and this is AC. So AC plus CY you can write it as AY. Again, the third thing, that is A is a point which is outside this circle. From A you have drawn two lines such that these two are tangents at x and y respectively. So AX will be equal to AY. So again you can replace AY with AX. Why we are replacing AY with AX? Because you have to get AX is equal to, right? Now you have got, this is 2AX. So perimeter of triangle ABC is 2AX, means what? AX will be half the perimeter of, just take this 2 to the other side, half the perimeter of triangle ABC. So the concept which you have used, you can write at the side. Since B is a point outside the circle, BX will be equal to BZ. Where you have used that, you can write that. Okay, again for the other point you can write, since C is a point outside the circle, CZ is equal to CY. Again here you can write A is a point outside the circle, so that AX and AY are the tangents from that point. So AX is equal to AY. A and B if sine of A plus 2B is equal to root 3 by 2 and cos of A plus 4B is equal to 0, where A and B are acute angles. So the answer when you get, you just check that whether you are getting the acute angles or not. First thing which they have given is sine of A plus 2B is equal to root 3 by 2, and this will give you sine of which angle is giving you root 3 by 2. So that and this angle should be compared with that angle. Now sine of which angle is giving you root 3 by 2? Sine 60. So from here you can write that A plus 2B is equal to 60. If you want, you can include one more step, which is sine of A plus B 2B is equal to sine 60. You can just replace this root 3 by 2 with sine 60 and then compare. That will give you this one equation. Okay, this is your first equation. Now the other thing is, the meaning of this is this one. The other thing is cos of A plus 4B is equal to 0. So which one you can equate with is, which angle will give you 0? Cos 90. Cos 90 is 0, so you will get, either you can write one more step like this, cos of A plus 4B is equal to cos 90, or else you can directly write from this point that A plus 4B should be 90. That is your second equation. Now you have to solve the two equations using any of the methods you know, that is elimination method or substitution method or cross multiplication method. Okay, elimination is more easy because you have a term that is here the coefficient of A is same, so you can just subtract them and get the value of the other one. This is A plus 2B is equal to 60, A plus 4B is equal to 90. Subtracting the 2, you will get minus 2B is equal to minus 30, or B is equal to 15. Since it is angles, I have written degrees. Okay, B is 15. Okay, B has been satisfied the condition, that is it has been given that both should be acute. So B is acute, right? Now what is A? Replace the value of B in any of the equations, first or second. A plus 2B is equal to 60 will give you A plus 2 into 15, or A plus 30 is equal to 60, which will give you A is equal to 30 degrees.